in the SEC and the nation's best offense in the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tahad
to try to get the matchup they want, then go one-on-one.
Here's Holloway, a little floater, that's good. Aiden Holloway, the former
shot, that part will come.
Kevin Overton off the mark, and a huge rebound by Elijah Freeman. He's stepping the starting lineup.
Pylon contributes about 34 points per game.
Where did the defense go?
On assists or made buckets. And
the schedules, but they haven't won lately. Pylon with the rip, and another uncontested layup for LeBaron Pylon. Toying with the big Murphy. Lost him again. Another layup. This is LeBaron Pylon showovers to start the game. Tahad Pettiford for three. That will calm the crowd, but not before Pettiford's 8. Here's Pylon again. Nifty pass inside. Sherrell with the pump fake and the air ball.
Just the defensive coverage.
Here's Aiden Sherrell at the free throw line. He converts the old-fashioned three-point play. It's an 8-point
to a smaller lineup for Alabama.
Murphy, two-hand jam. That's where it pays off.
Yeah, there you see it without a
with his shin, 4-on-1. Murphy another two-hand flush. And Auburn right back in this game. Thanks to a couple. Nice feed and another close-up look. That's Amari Allen with his first bucket.
And move his feet at the 5 spot. Very agile.
Pylon, little fadeaway. First miss of the season. But we're still putting new stuff in, especially second time against the same opponent. Nobody got the block out of London Jemison.
Haul the ball, get him going downhill.
Pettiford lob to Jovic. Whoa, threw it up, and he'll go to the line.
What a
from that team spread throughout the country, playing major Division I college basketball. He got another one coming. That Charles Bediako played in the loss at home. He said, well, then what are we talking about? We're 16 and 13.
To me, you can't just disregard that game and not count the loss against them without factoring in the fact that
Owen at the free throw line for Alabama. Final Saturday, the men's college hoop regular season caps to an 11, and he's out. Hall with the rebound. Talking with Keyshawn Hall before the game. Auburn shooting 3 for 7 to start this game, but 6 turnovers. Let makes winning plays, tracks down the miss. Pylon, another layup for LeBaron Pylon Jr.
Nice.
Overton mid-range. Good.
Well, he could really be an X factor for this team. Pettiford didn't even contest. He wanted them to bait him into that.
Bobo in the rebound.
That deep shot was almost like another turnover.
Pylon left alone after the screen, and he bangs home a triple.
Get him the ball and get out of the way. He is so talented.
Pettiford able to finish after the bobble. He's got 5. Sorts on the offensive end. No finish that time. The follow jams no good. Another opportunity. Adams at the free throw line. Only 48% from the line on the season. Nearly 28 attempts, second in the country in both marks. And a one-handed rebound by Amari Allen. And Bama will get the shot clock down to single digits. Allen rejected. What a block.
Don't bite for pump fakes in the lane.
Quick shot from the corner, and it's banged home by Bethia.
And that's what he does.
The lead is 13. Pettiford stepped through with the left, and another follow dunk. Williams-Adams with the answer.
To play from behind and actually tends to play better, so I don't expect them to get rattled.
From a schedule standpoint, he said, listen, it helps to get to know what your team can and can't do. And a huge block. Hall gets it back, and he's able to finish with his offhand.
Well, to finish that thought, not only the schedule, he was left.
Deep touch again, and another foul on the interior. This is Elijah Freeman's first. Keyshawn Murray to this Alabama lineup. Nate Oates has been forced to use 13 different starting lineup combinations, but certainly the little things like ball screen defense and getting everybody on the right page on that side of the court. Trying to back down Bowen. Into the corner for Hall. And he splashes home the 3. They are attacking Jovic. Allen tries to reverse it, and he gets it home.
You're talking about forcing a tough 2. Nice job. Chance to get a double bye, and now they're going to be playing on a Wednesday. How much of a log jam we've had in the state.
Really attacked Jovic. It hasn't always worked. Reitzel off the tip from Millett on the glass. And Latrell Reitzel Jr. finds nothing run. 7th turnover the game for Auburn. Pylon inside.
He can play off of one.
And Williams-Adams, they bumped heads, and now Weitzel with the push shot in the paint.
And I think Alabama's of their attempts have been inside the arc because of the quality of looks they've had on the penetration.
They've made 10 threes. Started his college career at Auburn after McDonald's All-America run at prolific prep. Jovic a little out of control. And he was able to thread the needle.
He's got a bright future ahead of him. Has a high...
Weitzel. In and out. Oh, Bafia came out of nowhere. Holloway. To the corner three, which is an air ball, and then Jemison off the glass. Auburn team on the offensive end. Overton fires. Left-hand finish. 4 consecutive 20-point play this season. Williamson gets tied up. It's been all Bama. Murphy gets it deep and finishes.
Really nice set play out of the timeout for Auburn.
Phylon gives it up to Holloway, working on Pettiford. 1 on the shot clock. Teardrop no good.
When Alabama shoots a ton of threes, he's getting a bunch of them on those long rebound opportunities.
This guy knows exactly how big this game is.
Yeah, every possession matters. Nobody's taking a chance right now, especially in a rivalry game.
3rd consecutive start for Elijah Freeman, who was playing Division II ball at Lincoln Memorial. 6-board performance against LSU.
He's really gotten better as the season has gone on. In a lot of ways,
backed away. Williams-Adams taking it coast to coast. What a finish! Elijah Freeman from the raft. Terrell kept it alive.
I mean, if you leave the shooter, you got 2 guys to box out. You should get that rebound. You left it.
Having him in our program, love recruiting him, everything about it.
Finishing better on either side as well. And he's a guy that really extends the defense for Alabama.
Here's Keyshawn Hall. Forced to pick up his dribble. 5 to shoot for Pettiford. Line 3, 2, step back. And a half inch, just as it began. 4th in the league at 87% from the free throw line, even higher than that in league play. Here against Baylor at 19 points and 4 of 8 from 3.
And what's crazy is
Never gave it up, couldn't finish. Ahead, Sherrell, heads up. Thrown down by the big fella. 22-point Alabama lead. Freeman from 12. And a blow-by Holloway.
And you see how
Nation is scoring 92 points a game. 3rd in the country in offensive efficiency. Overton, who's from Mobile, grew up an Alabama fan. He originally coming out of, he likes playing in this building.
Really mature player as well. And what I noticed in shoot around was
Pettiford off the curl. And a rebound by Sherrell.
This is an Auburn on basketball.
Latrell Wrightsell kisses it off the glass. Game 6 for 6. And they start the second half 5 for 6. Rejected by Sherrell. Rivalry on the hardwood without mentioning Wimp Sanderson and the great Sonny Smith, who not only step back, Aiden Holloway rips the net, has a smile.
Cutting with purpose, getting matchups they want. Together a string of 4-minute segments in a positive light.
Pettiford steps through and launches it, so no good. And Tahad Pettiford the rebound. He was fired up about playing this game. We talked to him at shoot around today. Everybody's against you and nobody is with you. Here's Freeman for 3. Big time triple by Elijah Freeman.
I think Alabama's done a terrific job of making the game about Pettiford and eliminating Hall. He's only had 6 field goal attempts.
Not a good
bit too much. I mean, Hall is not a facilitator, and right now is throwing the ball away.
Millette shares over the steal. Another dunk for Bama.
He does.
And I think Stephen Pearl is telling him that deep in the corner right now. Wrights will head up on the drive to Millette.
But look, it's year one for me. I'm going to come out the way my personality is and hold guys accountable.
Yeah, Hall didn't play.
To Missouri, and then go on to a 16-2 record in league play.
That is 11 consecutive wins for Florida since the sophomore from Detroit goes to the free throw line.
Well, this is an Auburn team. Defense efficiency in the conference, and losses, they're 14th. And so they're typically scoring.
Only 5 points at this point tonight. To your point against great guard play, Josh Hubbard dropped 35 in the first half in a Mississippi State win, and Stark with a 30 spot. He scored 31, and Dalen Swain went for 30. So they are shot clock. Phylon created just a little bit of space against Williams-Adams. Well, they're just happy to get Phylon back. There's a big three by Overton. You go back to Nate.
Tight spaces, and he can just finish in traffic. Extremely crafty with the ball. A 5-footer.
That was with under half a minute to play. Kevin Overton
to try to close this gap a little bit. In some ways, if you want to give yourself a chance to make an impression in that here.
Freeman with the rip. All the way to the rim, and there'll be goaltending on Bowen, and they'll count it. Footwork. Luttrell's good going to his right or to his left, and he doesn't have that.
Stepping into his shot, and that's what you do in the corners, because a negative step back would have you out of bounds. The threes there, which are a higher percentage. Very few people are doing off the bounce corner threes.
Offensive foul. Bedford steps through the double, and another block with Sherrill. What's the ceiling for this Alabama team?
If they can rebound, care of the rest. And remember, that Final Four team was not a great defensive team during the season, but they turned it on in March.
Barely drew the iron.
Number 10, you give yourselves maybe a chance for a last 4 minutes for a miracle.
3 in the shot clock. Reitzel into Overton. Rolls it over the rim. Heads up, and a layup by Amari Allen. Overton, another 3. Freshman Williams-Adams into the corner. Another chance for Overton, and this time he pays it off. Stephen Pearl gets a nice drive and a beautiful finish by Amari Allen. Who's by SMU, Indiana, New Mexico, and Virginia Tech earlier today. VCU also bubble.
4-seed opportunity when you talk about Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Very interested to see how well the SEC.
Period. They'll play the game to cut down the nets, but regardless of what happens, Long Island University will be headed to the big dance.
That is the last thing they want.
There's some thought that they're going to expand the video that's available to them. Difference in getting the challenge called before the ball is put back in play or not.
I think it's been a good addition to college basketball.
Some ankles. And another rebound for Bam on the offensive end. Phylon can't take advantage of the mulligan.
Like going at each other, but two incredible sophomores for rival schools.
Holloway.
And that's what's been added.
Here's Pettiford. And he rolls it home.
Was really won in the first half, and Stephen Pearl implored to his team, we must get off to better starts. The first 10 minutes of the game early on in this one as Alabama got off to a very comfortable start.
Bama has dominated in the paint. Murphy. Rebound by Jemison. That caught their attention. Shot clock late. Bowen heaves. Well, I just kind of expected
done it to both of those teams in winning fashion, and Mike White's done a heck of a job this year.
Our women's championship Bedford at the free throw line. Your point about Georgia, 102-96 winners on the road, just down the road in Starkville.
There's always a thing when you talk around the SEC. Why can't Georgia get it going? Well, It looks like they've got it going under Mike White.
They haven't won. And a finish for the senior Noah Williamson. He hadn't made a bucket. Deep three for Overton. Got it. How about your players of the year and coach of the year in this league?
Blew easily. A-Cup separated himself big time. And now, like Miller, sixth man of the year.
Some call him Marcus. His friends call him Smurf. And a block by Murphy.
Talked about in Nashville, but I mean, one loss to Florida, and it could be anybody's game.
And UConn's loss. And the way Florida has played.
Weren't blowouts. I mean, they were just a few plays away. And I remember Todd Golden telling us, hey, look, we just got to get about 5 to 10% better.
UConn lost to Marquette today on the road in Milwaukee, 68-62. We're going to avoid sending the best 2 seed to the East, where Duke will reside, or opposite of Michigan.
I thought Todd Golden had a group that could win it all again, but you got to start talking about a potential repeat situation. It has been pretty top-heavy from that standpoint. I mean, this is, you know, the Michigans of the world, the Arizona, the way you can win the game on the glass, the way Arizona has shown they don't need a three-point shot to win big post or will.
Millett tried to finish with a flourish.
Profession.
Pettiford. And we're going to stop it with 5.1 to play. A 6-for-6 start to this game for Alabama. For the 16th ranked team in the country. And these squads will head to Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee.